Good morning, everyone. Another morning, another announcement from Southern Cross Gold. I'm here in Sydney. I'm here for the Gold Conference, and have we got some gold again to announce? This time we're announcing some bold step outs below the Apollo zone at Sunday Creek, our 100% owned project, and we hit gold up to 23.8 grams, half a kilometre below our last drilling. That's right, half a kilometre below our last drilling, which was 10.4 metres at 22 grams per tonne gold equivalent in a hole called 66, drill hole 66. But we wanted to demonstrate that the system continued, and that we did in spades. 500 metres, as I've said, down dip, high grade gold, visible gold, and over a broader length of 13.3 meters. So the system's there. That's the great news. It's developing at very high grades. That's also the great news. And there's just a lot more to do down there in time. But our role here is threefold, as we've stated our strategy over numerous times. Last Thursday, we just had more good news yesterday from the Rising Sun area. Our strategy is to target high-grade areas. We've just found another one half a kilometre below known mineralisation here. To increase the volume, well, half-kilometre step-outs absolutely fit that part of the strategy, and to demonstrate regional potential. Now, this is within the core zone, but nevertheless, a half a kilometre step-out is quite large. So very excited about this result. In context with everything else we're finding. And I think we should just go straight into the 3D model so you can see where it all sits. So here we are with the Verify model, remembering that this system continues at scale right along that 10-kilometre trend. Our key focus is in this area where we own the freehold land. The announcement today comes from the Apollo area. The announcement on Monday, where we hit 5 very high-grade structures, came from the Rising Sun area, about 500 metres to the west. So regional potential is huge. We've just got 12 drill holes that we're about to announce soon. They'll be finished from the lab out in these areas as well. So let's focus in on what this press release is all about. Well, it's all about this shiny stuff. This is from hole 77B that we announced yesterday. There was a lot of visible gold. All that glitters is gold in this rock. This is a LiDAR scan of just 20 centimetres, but we've got more than 25 hits in 2 holes over hundreds of metres of visible gold in restricted zones, but it's very nice to see. So if we put that into context here, we can see that this system has been drilled over about 1.2 kilometres so far, down to that kilometre depth. The hole that we're going to focus in on here is hole 68, and we'll have a look at all the grade distribution. But there's a hell of a lot of space left to drill across this system, with about 1/3 of the area tested to date. Now, with this hole is such an important one, hole 68, that we'll look at in a bit more detail momentarily. We've drilled 30 kilometres into this project over the last few years. We're really ramping it up now. We've got 4 rigs drilling, and that means we're going to drill 26 kilometres between now and April. The 3-pronged strategy that we've announced clearly, targeting grade, targeting the volume and extending volume, which this hole does, and then that regional scale potential that we talked about. And this hole that we are announcing today, hole 68, is the deepest hole on the project, the deepest intersection also, which is coming down here. So that's the hole that I want you to focus on. We also put out this hole here, which was 73, and that hole hit a very broad zone of altered rocks, and the host package had some low grades within it, but it looked like a near miss to us. So we drilled this hole 68 first, and then 73, and then we've got 2 holes up dip from there, targeting the mineralisation over that half-kilometre trend. But we first identified it and announcing it here in 68. Yellow are the holes still to report. So we can see that that's pretty much how it stands without the grades, but let's get the grades on because that's the exciting bit. The pink here are plus 20 gram hits, the red are the plus 50, and the yellow are the visible gold that we've noticed in drilling and announced in our press release yesterday. And as you can see, hole 68 is down here. So that was literally, you know, if we take that distance there in a very curvy line, that's half a kilometre of mineralisation, a step out. So our geological model doesn't even pass through there, but you can see the veins above here in the Apollo zone. So that's indicating there's some sort of continuity down in this direction. Now, that's why we put the other holes in here, and there's more drilling. But gold, when it forms as visible gold, there's no antimony down here. We're way below that antimony change in the system. If any of you are following, from surface down to about 700 meters, we get antimony, and then that drops off. It's really important because these epizonal systems transition at depth, and at least in our peers in the state of Victoria, the epizonal systems at Fosterville and Costerfield both transition to very high-grade gold-only systems at depth. And, you know, this is part of the story here that this hole 68 is telling. I think that is really the key aspect of what we've done. It's just a big step out. We wanted to demonstrate the system continued. We had some idea of the structural controls and where to target it, and absolutely we were able to do that. Just to remind everybody, the system that we're looking at, if we look down in plan, we drilled it over about a kilometre so far here in this core. We know it extends out for 10 kilometres this way. There's a hell of a lot of drilling to be done, but the host horizon is this green package of altered rocks and dikes. They're the rails of the ladder. The high-grade hits are the rungs in this orientation, and that's shown by the grey veins underneath. So that's the simple model that we're targeting. Literally, we've only missed this host horizon over the last few years in 2 holes when we drilled through this fault, which is really a key fault in seeing this offset and understanding it. And then I think there was one other hole that we drilled here. Maybe we can even see it just, we can't even see it here, under the dipping rocks. But every other hole, 98% hit rate into the host horizon. So this is quite a targetable project, and the frequency of high grades is very good, as you can see with those pink 20 gram plus or 50 gram plus hits, and lots of areas still remaining to test. Of course, down here and through here, and you know, there's an old mine up here and all this area and out through here. So we're only about a third of the way through testing here. And as I leave you, you can see what an important hole this does, because it shows gold extending way beneath Apollo, like we were able to do over here at Rising Sun earlier this year. So the system is continuing to develop very nicely. Have a very good day. Thank you.